Welcome to Penny for Your Shots, conversations and cocktails with brilliant women. I'm your host, Penny Fitzgerald, and I believe the best stories are the ones shared over a glass of wine or a cocktail. Each week, I sit down with women who've said yes to building something meaningful, often after years of putting everyone else first. We talk business, big dreams, and the mess in between. And of course, a few favorite drinks. So grab a glass, get comfy, and let's pour ourselves into Penny for Your Shots. If the thought of marketing, paid ads, and the terms search engine optimization and pay per click makes your eyes glaze over, hang tight. You're going to love this one. My guest, Cinthia Pacheco, breaks down digital marketing in the most human, approachable way. We talk about organic visibility, mindset, and how you can use both data and intuition to grow your business. Plus, she shares how her new course is helping women get found in AI searches without the overwhelm or the cost. Here is Cinthia Pacheco. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. Just, I can't believe it's Thursday.
So where are you?
I'm actually in Argentina.
Really?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah. So I'm Argentine Canadian, so I'm kind of a hybrid. I like to joke around that I'm a hybrid. But yeah, I have both countries in my life. And yeah, so it's pretty cool.
That's very cool. So tell my audience a little bit about you, your name and what you do and what you love.
Sure. Yeah. So my name is Cinthia Pacheco. I'm the owner of Digital Bloom IQ, which is a marketing agency specifically for female founders who want to grow. And we do all sorts of digital marketing services from SEO to paid ads. We do content management, podcast management, just everything you need to show up online and to impact more of the people you're meant to impact, which is a big part of our mission. A lot of our clients have just these incredible visions, and we want to help them reach the people they're meant to reach.
I love that. I feel that holds a lot of women back, being visible. It's kind of the scary part.
Yes. Yeah, totally. And it can feel like there's maybe technology you don't understand, or maybe it's a whole world that you need to start to learn, because even if you don't do parts of it and you're hiring someone, you need to understand the basics to make sure that, you're hiring in a way that makes sense to you. It can be helpful, like a relief, but it can also be scary because you want to make sure that your brand and your business is represented correctly.
Right. Well, and as an entrepreneur, you wear so many hats. And the piece that you're called to do, how you serve your people, and the piece that you're good at working with those people isn't the same skill set you need to be marketing yourself and to be letting people know what you do.
Yes. Most of us don't have MBAs, so we have a vision, right? Where we know what we want to do and we're good at what we do. But it can just feel overwhelming figuring out the whole marketing aspect of it, right? And how to get out there. It's like a whole other, like you said, a whole other skill set that you just learn, I guess, along the way.
Well, yeah, you learn it and then there are so many distractions. You can focus on the nitty gritty detail and doing the day to day, but then is that really serving your people? Is that your mission?
Right. You need to find the things that are going to have the most impact for you where you're at now. Mm-hmm. And also, decide that there will be kind of longer term strategies that you're not going to see results right away, but they're very valuable as well. So balancing those two things can feel like a lot. Mm-hmm. But I think that's how you can move your business forward. And yeah, at the end of the day, if you're not marketing yourself, it's going to be hard to do what you want to do. Right. And I think that's hard for people because, yeah, like you said, maybe they just want to be with their clients, or Maybe they want to they want to do the thing they love doing and not have to worry about the marketing so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How did you choose your career, or did it find you?
It's a little bit of a mix. So I've always been really interested in coding and websites. I started learning websites when I was maybe like 12, 13. Just started coding and playing with code and stuff. And actually it's funny because what I do now, like when I was in school, didn't exist as a career, right? So it's just very self-taught journey.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually have a fine arts degree, and we would do robotics and more technical things there, but it was not a marketing degree at any sort of any way. And then I moved back to Argentina because I was brought up in Canada, and I moved back here, and I just had a moment of traveling and like not wanting to worry about my career after university. And then I actually I had a friend who had a headhunter contact, and she knew my skills, and she kept pushing me to submit my resume to this headhunter. And I actually kept pushing back because I didn't know about marketing. I was like, what am I going to do? I mean, I know how to create sites, but marketing. And so I finally gave in, and literally the next day I got two offers, and one of them I ended up going for, which was a small marketing agency. But that changed my trajectory because I did realize I do like marketing, and I love combining the human psychological aspect of marketing with the technical, what actually happens in the back end to make that messaging go through. And so then that was like my corporate, phase. And I worked with big brands. I worked with Avon very closely. I worked with Hyundai and Sears, and it was great. I loved it. I loved my clients. But after a few years, I realized I want to do this for myself. I wanted to be able to have my own clients and kind of run the thing, be the captain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I decided to start Digital Bloom IQ. And at the beginning, I just worked with what I knew. And then over time, I've slowly, built my own team that has different experts so that I'm not doing all the things. And that's kind of the whole story.
Wow. That's fascinating. I talk to so many women that have done the corporate thing
Yes.
and have broken out on their own. And I'm just so grateful for that. It's I feel like the corporate, the mentality is so finite. There's a winner and a loser. And there's, it's
Yeah,
hustle, grind, go, go, go. Here are your goals. Go get them. If you don't get them, you're in trouble. I mean, it just doesn't fit. And for so many women, it's just we need to find our purpose and path. And it's great when you can break out on your own and do it.
totally. Yeah. And I feel like, I mean, it's weird because I'm so grateful for that corporate experience. I
Yeah.
learned so much, and I wouldn't have gone to this point without that. But I think I agree. Like a lot of women, maybe they like their job, but they don't like having to go into an office every day, or maybe they
Right.
want to be able to work from anywhere, or choose their clients, the type of clients they work with. Like for me, one of the biggest thing was I loved all the women entrepreneurs doing all the incredible
Mm.
things. And I was like, I want to help them. Like
Hmm.
they need my services because they're struggling with their own marketing. And, they might feel like it's too technical or it's outside of their, wheelhouse.
Hmm.
So I was really motivated by that, and that I could choose, and I could, really decide who I wanted to work with versus the bigger brands, which I loved working with as well, because big brands are made of people too. But it was like a different scale of impact, I guess, as well,
Mm.
which felt really meaningful.
Yeah, I can see that where, you're working with a solopreneur or an entrepreneur with a small team, probably. And then
Yes,
the impact is a greater percentage for sure.
totally. Yes,
Wow. How
exactly.
long ago did you break out on your own?
I'm kind of I think I'm getting to the 10-year mark. I might have actually, I'm so bad at keeping track. I know people have like their business anniversaries and stuff, but
Uh-huh.
I'm probably around like 8 to 9 years. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so rewarding. So, how do you go about working with entrepreneurs, with women? How do you start?
Yeah. So we just have a conversation about their business, about their goals, about their mission. Like we're very, um, we take the time at the beginning to really understand what the brand and what the business is about. And we really make sure that the recommendations we're making in terms of what platforms to use or what strategy to use is really in line with their goals, and also where we see where they're going to get the most success. This comes up a lot with ads. Like I think a lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to throw money at ads and it's going to work. And like, I won't have to. And ads are actually, they're not always appropriate for the business or for the budget. And so we are very cautious, and we take that time to look at what do we need to recommend to help this business get to that next goal and that milestone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and how can we represent them in the best way? Because a lot of what we do is the content creation. We do we'll do some social media and stuff. So we need to make sure that we are representing the business in a way that is going to be effective for them, and also feels like them, right? Which, like I was
Right.
saying before, it can feel odd when you have someone else external doing your marketing, because it can be like, well, that's not me. So there's a little bit of like getting used to it, like a comfort spot of it. But
Mm-hmm.
once the wheel is rolling, it can be just great, because you can run your business and you can do the things you love. And then you've got this, this other team that's helping you just get out there and just make sure that you're marketing yourself fully.
Wow. So, do you work with women who might want to keep a piece of the marketing themselves and you can do other things for them? Is it kind of a hybrid mix of skills or services that you provide?
It's so funny you asked that. Just today, I had a call with my team. We have a client right now who she is so passionate about her content. And
Mm-hmm.
so we've been creating content for her, and it's been sort of working, but it doesn't quite feel like her. And so yes, we're going to be proposing basically, how can we find a better hybrid approach and like a mixed approach to the content. The thing is too, like, I'm always thinking, how can I take something off a client's plate so they can do more of the
Mm-hmm.
things they love? So it's a little bit of a balance, right? Because I want to be able to give you this service, but I also want you to be involved in the things you like doing with your marketing. Maybe if you like writing, or, if you like video creation, or you like the podcast, creation. So yes, with each client, we have that conversation and we look at, again, where are they going to get the most effectiveness from this? And then, can we collaborate more? I mean, it's all collaboration, but there
Mm-hmm.
are aspects where the client will be like, no, I want to write this. You guys help me upload it, or you do the structural piece. Yeah, there's definitely like that, working together as partners. I see our clients as partners, right? Because we are working together on their business, and we're all pointing in that same North Star direction of where they want to
Mm-hmm.
go.
That's great. Wow. And you have a team working for you, right?
Yes.
Do
Yes. Yes. Yes.
you do each of you have your own like expertise or I mean different areas of the marketing that you focus on?
Yes. Yes. So each team member, well, some team members are more administrative. So we've got a few virtual assistants who help us across the board with everything, because there's all the admin and documentation and emails and stuff, that goes
Mm,
on. And then we've got SEO experts. We have the PPC or the ads experts. We have a YouTube video editor. We have a podcast editor. And then we've got more of like the client relationship roles, like the account
mm,
manager, have a project manager, because there's so much communication that happens. And Yeah, like we want clients to like working with us, right? Because I think
Mm-hmm.
we've all had that experience of hiring someone and it's like, oh, this is kind of stressful. Like, I don't want to get on these calls. So we're really focused on that experience and we try to make clients feel comfortable with us. We try to work through their mindset stuff because a lot of clients have mindset issues around marketing themselves and they get
Mm-hmm.
stuck because we're trying to get them out there and then they're like kind of putting the handbrake on it. And so we take the time to ask them, like, what's going on for you? Let's talk about it. Let's like coach you a little bit through it so that you can relax as we're, amplifying your message. And it's really like a relationship, like a real life, like day-to-day thing where we're, talking through things and giving them ideas. And yeah, we want them to feel excited about most of the time, right? About what we're doing. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
I work with female entrepreneurs as well, and
Yeah.
uh, implementing systems so they can scale their business, basically like
Right.
just systems in their own solopreneur journey.
Right.
But
Right.
they're not going to use it if they don't feel comfortable. Like you said, you have to kind of break through that mindset. So a
Right.
lot of what I teach is, okay, let's shift this
Right.
perspective, and how can we be in service of others, and how can
Yeah.
we break through some of these limiting
Yeah.
beliefs to be able to serve more people and create a greater impact. So I totally understand what you're saying, that the biggest piece is not wanting to be seen. You
Yeah.
can't serve more people if they don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. And sometimes, and it happens to me too, um we get so technical in what we do, and so we're like the expert in what we do, which is our role. But when you market that, you need to use a different brain because the people you're attracting in general, not all the time but most of the time, the way they're thinking about your service might be different than how you are thinking about it. So that
Exactly.
requires like a different perspective, and it's hard to step. It's like you're inside the jar looking at the back of the label, right? Like it's hard to see that outside thing. And so having someone else do that for you might feel a little jarring at first because it could be like, oh, like, is that what I do? And then once you get used to it, you can relax in that, hey, that's the sticky part of that will attract people. And then you get to be the expert. And,
Mm.
even how you work with people might change because I think we want to work with people who get us, right? So sometimes you have to step out of the expert voice, right? And just
Mm-hmm.
meet people where they're at. Yeah, it's like it's a different skill set for sure.
Mm-hmm. Can we back up just a second too, for my audience, and for me? If you
Yeah.
would explain to us, SEO and PPC, what do those mean?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to. So SEO stands for search engine optimization. And the idea is that you're getting found in Google. So if someone searches, mindset coach, or systems mindset coach or something like that, or maybe systems coach for entrepreneur women, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you'd want to show up, right, Penny, in that search. And so we want to basically it's making changes to your website, to the content you're putting out there so that Google sees you as an expert in that area and that you're getting recommended. And now with all the changes with AI, we're also adapting our services so that you're also showing up in AI tools as recommended, because that's like a whole new frontier of where you can get recommended. So that's SEO. And like I said, there's different aspects of like the levers you can touch into SEO. There's the technical aspects. So our sites are made of code. So how we make our sites, how they load, how the experience of the site, all that can impact SEO, because you could have the best content in the world, but if your site takes 6 seconds to load, you're going to lose people, right? Or if you're
Mm-hmm.
using like a neon yellow navigation bar that's like burning people's eyeballs, they're not going to want to spend too much time on your site. So I like to say, like, my analogy for this is imagine your site as your online home. So you're inviting people in, right? And you want them to feel comfortable. You want them to know where the bathroom is. You want them to feel like they can relax, right? And
Yeah.
so SEO is about attracting and also retaining what is happening on the site. And then PPC stands for pay per click. And that's the general term for any sort of ads. So it could be Google ads, it could be Meta ads, which is Instagram and Facebook. There's Amazon ads, there's Pinterest ads, there's all sorts of ads. So PPC is like the umbrella. And there it's you're paying, you're paying for people to click, right? And so you've got ads that could go, there's different types of ads. We have the ads that are kind of at the top when someone searches something. We have display ads that follow us around. We've all had that experience of searching, vacations to Aruba, and then suddenly we're getting all those remarketing ads. So, so ads can be very powerful because it can sometimes be a faster way to get immediate leads who want to buy your thing right away. And again, with Meta, like a lot of people are using ads and they find them very engaging. So it can be great. It's just like a great way to speed up some of your growth. They still require a ramping up period, and it's not magical. It's definitely an art and a science. And I'm really grateful for our PPC experts on our team because they make it look so easy. And it's like a very holistic approach. So yeah, those are those two.
That's great. Thank you so much for describing those in detail, because
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that kind of escapes a lot of people, and we talk
Yeah.
our jargon and
Mm-hmm.
people don't understand the terminology. And
Totally.
that was a great way very clear way to understand them.
Oh, I'm glad it helped.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that. So
Yeah.
how do you and your team keep up with all the changing, like the algorithms with Meta and all the things?
Well, I think we're just in it every day. So
Mm,
maybe as a business owner, you see that, there's an announcement in an algorithm and you kind of freak out. But because we're looking at the tools every day and we're seeing the changes, and we kind of are going more in the direction of like, where are we seeing results? Because sometimes an algorithm can work for you or can work against you. And it just depends on a bunch of different factors. So we definitely, read documentation, we read about news, like we read what Google and all the different companies are doing, but we're also just looking at what's working for our clients. And we try not to get distracted. Like if something's working, we just need to do more of that. uh,
keep it
so that
simple
helps.
sometimes, right?
Yeah, like I think with the announcements, they can just be jarring because it can create a sense of of like uncertainty. Do I need to do that? Like, do I need to change something? And sometimes if your business has been around a long time, you probably don't need to change too many things. Maybe it's just like small tweaks.
Mhm.
And so again, we're not reacting to things. We're
Mm,
looking at more succinctly, okay, if we're auditing a site like for SEO, we're looking at what are all the things we can work on and what are the things that are going to get us the most impact. And so
mhm,
if suddenly we've got an algorithm change in the middle of that, we'll look at it, we'll monitor it, but it's not, it's like we already see the lay of the land. And so we have our priorities in our direction. And we're not going to like just change everything for one thing. Cause also Google, we don't, it's all kind of a black box, right? Like Google tells us a lot of things, but it's a lot of experimentation. And so we just go off the real data that we're seeing with our clients and the results they're getting.
how refreshing to not be reactive.
Yeah, for sure. And it's hard. It can be hard because, and I think that some of those news items look for the shock factor too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The clickbait.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. Okay. So you mentioned AI. So how is that changing the landscape? Because people are searching with Chat GPT or Gemini or whatever they're using instead of Google search now. How is that changing
Yeah.
things?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So for AI searches, like some people call it AI optimization, some people are like, there's still no set term, to be honest, because it's still very early.
Mm.
Some people call it GEO, it's generative engine optimization.
Oh.
So it's the whole idea of like making your entity and your website easy for these AI tools to pick up on and to understand what it's about. However, there's like a foundational piece with SEO that still is very strong, because AI searches, yes, we're using them more. We've got the Google AI overviews that are like at the top of Google itself, but Google is still like 95% of the market.
Mm.
Um, so what I'm telling people is like, get in now, like start making changes, but don't worry about it so much.
Hmm.
And think about it as a longer term strategy. And I'm actually teaching that in a course I'm doing, like AI optimization. But yeah, a lot of it's kind of has a SEO tinted strategy around content, around authority building, around the technical part of your site. Because again, if your website is technically a mess, no AI assistant is going to want to look on there, right? They're going to
Hmm.
skip you. So all these things need to be in place to make it easy for an AI bot or an agent to look at your site and to surf it and to find the information that it's looking for.
Just thinking in human terms, if your site is not easy to navigate or if you
Right.
have to search for something, yeah, it's frustrating.
It's the same thing. Yeah, it needs to be human friendly and robot friendly. And I put the human friendly first at this point because the humans are the ones you really want, filling out your form and buying from you and, generating revenue.
Yeah. That's important.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, tell me more about your course.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So it's called Found in AI, and it's a course that teaches in plain language how to start getting found more in ChatGPT. So I teach all these different aspects. It's going to be cohort style. So we're doing different rounds because this is changing so fast, right? So I want people to get the latest and then, build that foundation. And then if they want to take a break and then come back, they can do that. And it's all very hands-on. So there's going to be hot seat calls where we're
Mm.
touching your site. I'm helping you. It's going to be a smaller group. And so the idea is that you're actually taking action, because I think we've all bought that course where it like kind of sits and like gathers dust
Hmm.
in the back burner. And I want this to be something that's easy for people to just book on their calendar and get done. And they're able to run their business, but they also get results. And so we're going to be also looking how to measure the results, which is a big one, right? Because if you can't measure it, it's really hard to be motivated, right? It kind of feels
Mm.
like an empty, like of the void of the internet, right? So one of the first things we're going to do is set up our tools and see how many AI searches are you getting today. If your site's been around for a while, I promise you, I'm like 90% certain you're probably already showing up in AI. So let's look at what's already working for you. And people get so excited by that because when they see the results, it's like, oh, I want to do more of this, right? Like
Mm.
it's just so much more interesting.
Yeah, and it gives you direction.
Yeah,
The action will bring
exactly.
clarity. I mean, seeing what's working, what's not,
Right.
that kind of thing. You have to have
Absolutely.
that data. I mean, a lot of us go on our gut.
Yeah, which is good
Yay.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, let's back it up though and
Very
let's
accurate.
prove it. Yeah.
I think the combination, right, of the data and the intuition is so powerful, right? Because
Exactly.
you need to trust that. You need to trust that little voice in your head. Like that's where the innovation comes from. That's where the um but yeah, it's just also I feel like when we know where we're getting our traffic from, where we're getting our sales from, it can feel just so grounding, right? Because we can
Hmm.
see the strategy that we're taking and where we're spending our time and money, right? Like where we're investing in our
Yeah,
in our business.
that's right. It builds momentum too.
Yes.
Well, and I
Yes.
love in your course, you're building momentum by creating the action and actually
Yes.
doing something and seeing the results right away. That's
Yes.
just so, that's
I'm
great.
all about the action. I'm all about the
Yeah.
action. And I want to create a space where people can easily take that action and then go back to their day to day. Because I think AI feels very overwhelming for a lot of us. Like I felt very overwhelmed. I've been, kind of working on focusing on one step at a time because it can
Mhm.
just feel like this big monster that's like going to take over everything. And so I want this to be something you can come in, do what you need to do, go back to your business, go back to your life, forget about all of it, and then just start to see those results, right?
Mhm.
That's just so much more potent than like obsessing about it and then never doing anything about it.
Exactly. Yeah, use the power for good.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear a lot of women also saying, they're overwhelmed by all of it. So, I mean, the reaction then is no reaction, no action at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, you're
Just,
frozen, right? You're like
yeah.
frozen and then you're missing out on an opportunity that's probably already working for you, right? It's more about tweaking it. The idea of the course is like anybody can take it. You don't need to be as long as you can log into your site, we're good. And it's not, the idea is not to become like an AI expert. It's to be a business owner who's anchoring into this new frontier of getting found and getting in early so that it's going to be easier down the line when you have that foundational setup. And then you can just let it go. That's the cool thing about SEO and this AIO is it's kind of like planting a seed and then all you're doing is stepping back, watering it, obviously giving it sunlight. But it's very different than social media where you have to post every day and you need to be so active.
Mm.
You like step back, you let it grow. And then when you start to see buds come out, you're like, okay, interesting. Like I'm learning from this. And then you do a little bit more. Maybe you give it a little bit of, I don't know, magnesium or whatever the soil needs. And then you step back and you let it grow. And it's
Uh-huh.
a lot of my students and clients find it so fascinating that it's not like you need to tend to it every day because you actually, it's not effective. You make it worse. So you need to let
Right.
those seeds grow. And that
Mhm.
can feel so calming because you don't need to be in it all the time.
That is very calming.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. How do people find your course, or when's it going to happen and how they find you?
You can get more information about the course by going to courses.digitalbloomiq.com, and then you're going to see it there, found in AI. You can also go to the site digitalbloomiq.com and it'll be under courses. So that's one of several courses, but that's the one I'm sharing right now. And yeah, that's where you can get more information as well. My site, digitalbloomiq.com. And then I'm on Instagram and all the other platforms, Digital Bloom IQ.
Wonderful. Well, and I'll put those links in my show notes too for people so they can
Awesome.
find you
Thank
easier.
you.
Yeah, you're
Thank
so
you.
welcome. What have I not asked you that you'd love to share?
Let's see. Maybe an odd fact about me that no one might guess.
Oh, this is
Kind
fun.
of like two truths and a lie sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, I love
But
it.
so I'm actually a certified dog trainer.
Really?
Yeah, where I live, there's lots of dogs. And so I'd never had a dog growing up. I knew nothing about dogs. We had cats. So when we got our first dog, it was like this whole new world. And I wanted to learn more about dogs because I also just wanted to train my dog. And it ended up being the best, most interesting experience because through dog training, you actually learn so much about how the brain works and
Mm,
how we train ourselves, like just everything from your vibe, like how you transmit to a dog calmness versus anxiety and how animals react to that.
mm.
So it ended up being like this whole experience for my dog and for me.
Yeah.
And I had a great time, and I'll never forget that experience. And it served me a lot in business as well, because again, a lot of the times it is about understanding the psychology and how the brain works, and just about, I think dogs are so pure too. Like they're
Hmm.
so they're just themselves, right?
Yeah,
And that's very inspiring as well.
absolutely. Well, and everything is energy. And
Yes,
dogs, because they're so pure, can pick up on it so much easier than
totally.
humans can.
Yes, absolutely.
What a great lesson in psychology and
Yeah,
all of
I'm
it.
really grateful for my dog because I would have never thought that a dog, like I went in, like, I just want him to stop peeing, like blah, blah, blah. Like that was, but it ended up being this whole other thing. And it
Yeah.
was very transformational and very healing.
Oh, that's really cool. And it just such an insight into all of us,
Yes, into
into human
human
behavior.
life. And it makes, yeah, dogs, they go really well with humans. So it works well.
Yeah. Well, and I'm still a cat girl too, but our pets have passed on and we have
Um,
not, we travel a lot, so we haven't gotten any kittens or puppies. But our neighborhood in Florida, everyone has a dog. Almost everyone has a dog. And
yeah.
so it's our social time. So everyone in the morning between, like 8:30 and 9:30 or so, they're out walking their dog. So if you really want to get to know your neighbors, that's when you take your walk.
Absolutely. Dogs. Yeah, they're great. I mean, it's so interesting. And yeah, the dog and the owner tend to have the same characteristics. It's so true.
It's true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so Cynthia, can I change gears on you again a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. So at the end of every episode, I love to ask my guests, what's your favorite cocktail or glass of wine? Do you have a
Yes.
favorite?
Yeah, so I live close to a lot of wine region. Well, sort of close. It's not that
Yes.
close, but Argentina has a good wine selection. So I love Pinot Noirs. So good.
Yum. I love Pinot as well.
Yeah, very. I don't have a specific brand, but here there's
Uh-huh.
so many just incredible. I mean, I'd say Malbec is probably the most popular, but to
Mm-hmm.
me it's a little bit strong. So yeah, we've if you ever want to come down and do a wine tasting, we can go to Mendoza
I
and that
love
would be
that.
fun.
It's
A wine
definitely
tasting
on my
retreat
list.
with Penny.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I do a thing. I do a retreat called Wine Camp, and I take women on wine tours, and we do a little business along the way. But
Yeah, there
yeah,
you
mostly tasting.
go.
So my wheels are turning. Future wine camp people, you heard it here first.
Love it.
I do too. Okay, so what's a favorite memory shared with Pinot Noir or anything with girlfriends?
Yeah, so the Argentine culture is very much around food and family and eating around the table and talking for hours. And I would say I have a lot of great memories of being by my I guess it's kind of like a barbecue, but it's not quite because the way it's not the same contraption that exists in North America. It's like more, it's like in the wall usually with bricks and stuff. But I just
Mm-hmm.
have memories of something sizzling over there and drinking wine with my
Mm,
partner, and it's like looking at the stars and just enjoying that moment. And being, I think Argentines are so good at enjoying the moment of being in the
mm,
present, and the culture is all about savoring. And I remember when I
mm.
first moved here, I really struggled to sit around the table after, because there's a tradition like after you eat you should stay on the table just talking. And I
Oh.
had so much anxiety that like I just wanted to get up and do things. And of course, like you get up, you wash the dishes, whatever. But I've gotten so much better at like just that moment of talking and just spending hours sitting at the table and connecting with your family, with the
Mm.
humans around you, maybe fighting a little, disagreeing, also agreeing, laughing, like all the emotions that come with family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so, I think this is a time where we need that more than ever. We need to be able
Mm.
to look at each other in the eyes and be present with each other, right? We're so used to looking at our screens, but I think as
Mm-hmm.
humans, we all crave being seen and being heard, and just those quiet moments that maybe nothing's really going on, but you
Mm-hmm.
feel like you're a part of something, and wine can help with that.
I so agree. Wine brings people together for sure.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah. I believe too that the greatest gift you can give another human is to make them feel seen and heard
Totally, the
when you're,
presence, right?
yes. Yes, it's a practice. You have to really
Yeah.
Practice it to be present,
Yeah.
but it's lovely. It's a
Totally.
gift.
Yeah. Slowing down and just nothing to do, just hanging out. Like, it's hard. It's hard. I think again, I was brought up in Canada. So a lot of North American culture of like doing and producing and
Mhm.
work. And again, there's beauty in work and it's very satisfying, but there's also beauty in doing nothing and just being and enjoying the sun on your face and
Mm.
slowing down. And yeah, I find the culture here does help with that anxiety of
Yeah, that's
slowing
good.
down.
Yeah. Oh, sounds delightful.
Yes.
Oh my, Cinthia, this has been so amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Penny. I had a great time as well.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap on this episode of Penny for Your Shots. If you loved today's conversation, don't let the inspiration stop here. Get my weekly insider updates straight to your inbox. It's where I spill behind the scenes goodies, exclusive tips, and all the fun stuff I don't always share on the podcast. Sign up now at pennyforyourshots.com/insider. I'll see you in your inbox next Thirsty Thursday. Cheers!